Hello and welcome. You're watching Times Now. I am Meenakshi Upreti, and days after the DMK Minister and Team India constituent Udhayanidhi Stalin kicked up a massive storm by saying that like a disease, Sanatan Dharma must be eradicated, the rage refuses to die down. Now, a group of 262 signatories, including 14 former judges, 130 ex-bureaucrats and armed forces veterans, have written to the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. In their letter, they demanded that Suo Moto action be initiated against the DMK Minister for engaging in hate speech. Remember, Udhayanidhi at a conclave had likened Sanatan Dharma to a disease and said that it should be eradicated. This, the citizens say in this letter, amounts to hate speech against Hindus, and they also asked for the Supreme Court to take a Suo Moto cognizance of the matter. Remember, last year the Supreme Court had asked the state government to take Suo Moto action against cases of hate speech, while observing that such cases are on the rise in the country and are inimical to communal harmony. It is while referring to that observation that the citizens have now demanded that the state government be pulled up for not acting against Udhayanidhi Stalin. All right, Mohit Bhatt has joined us on the phone line. Mohit, take us through first of all the latest as far as the row over the Sanatan Dharma should be eradicated statement is concerned, because that refuses to die down. And in the latest, we have a group of 262 eminent citizens, including former judges, bureaucrats, etc., who have now written to the CJI, who have now asked the Supreme Court to take Suo Moto action against Udhayanidhi Stalin. All right, Mohit will be joining us shortly, but before that, of course, taking our viewers through the latest as far as, this entire row is concerned. 262 signatories really have now reached out to the Supreme Court. Now, these eminent citizens include 14 former judges. They also have 130 former bureaucrats, also armed forces veterans. They've all written to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. And in this letter, which they have written, they are now demanding Suo Moto action to be initiated against the DMK minister. This is for engaging in hate speech. Remember, Udhayanidhi at a conclave had likened Sanatan Dharma to a disease and said that it should be eradicated. This really is something which has irked the citizens, and they say that this amounts to hate speech, and they are asking for the Supreme Court to take action against Udhayanidhi Stalin. All right, Mohit Bhatt is back with us. Mohit, over to you. Take us through the content of this letter. 262 eminent citizens now asking the Supreme Court to take Suo Moto cognizance of Udhayanidhi's statements, saying that his statements are tantamount to hate speech.
Well, yes, in fact, and we know for a fact that how an open letter rather has been written by 262 eminent citizens. Now, these citizens include former High Court judges and bureaucrats, and they have written to the CJI. Now, they have asked the CJI to take note of what the speech of Udhayanidhi Stalin, and they basically stated that it's an hate speech, and hence Suo Moto cognizance should be taken by the Supreme Court regarding this. So we see that how the members from the civil society have also come out and they have condemned the statement that is being made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. Remember, so that Udhayanidhi Stalin, by speaking at a conclave, spoke about eradicating Sanatan Dharma, and that is why we see that how exactly the BJP is attacking the India Alliance, DMK, Congress party, saying that they are all silent on the statement, on a very derogatory statement that is being made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. And we know for a fact that our BJP has questioned the Congress's silence, saying that why Congress party is silent on this particular issue, why Congress party is not coming out in open and condemning the statement that is being made by Udhayanidhi Stalin. Remember, the various parties, members of India Alliance and their leaders have come out and they have basically stated that they do not subscribe to what Udhayanidhi Stalin have stated, but they have not issued a strong statement regarding this. They have not condemned what he has stated, and that is why the BJP is hitting out at the India Alliance, saying that this was the part of the agenda that was decided in the Mumbai meeting, and this is what is being reiterated by Udhayanidhi Stalin. So we see a massive political war of words over this, and now we see that around more than 250 eminent citizens, and many of them are former retired High Court judges, advocates, lawyers, and members of the civil society. They have written to the CJI, and they have basically stated a Suo Moto cognizance should be taken by the Supreme Court, and they have called it a case of hate speech. So we have to wait and watch whether something will come from the Supreme Court or not. But yes, the political fight is escalating day by day on this particular issue. while we see Udhayanidhi Stalin is very firm on his stand. He says that he has said nothing wrong, he will not take his words back. But we see that how exactly the BJP is saying that this is demeaning Sanatan Dharma, this is demeaning Hindus, this is a clear threat to 90 crore Hindus who are following the Sanatan Dharma in the country.
And in fact, Mohit, since you are talking about the sort of backlash which has been coming from the side of the BJP, because the BJP is also continuing to target the Congress on this issue. Stay with us. We'll play out the BJP reactions as well, because the BJP viewers at the moment is saying that it is leading to faces of Team India who need an answer really about whether they endorse or comment, or rather, they endorse or they denounce these comments on Sanatan, in particular training their guns on the silence of Rahul Gandhi. The BJP is asking if this is an endorsement. Meanwhile, uncomfortable allies continue to obviously and openly distance themselves from this entire controversy. Listen to all the reactions which have come in.
किसी भी धर्म के बारे में विचार किसी व्यक्ति का निजी होता है, निजी। किन परिस्थितियों में क्यों ये बयान दिया गया, तो बिना उसकी गहराई में गए हुए, बिना उसका पता किए हुए तत्काल अगर कोई प्रतिक्रिया देता है तो वो भी कष्टदायी होती है अंतोगत। इसलिए मैं इस पर कोई कमेंट नहीं करना चाहता हूँ।
All right, Mohit, we heard the type of reactions which have come in from the side of Team India. It looks like, these comments by Udhayanidhi Stalin have divided Team India as well, because there are some leaders, from the Congress who are now condemning the statement, while many others are choosing not to say much about it. And then you have Mamata Banerjee, you have a Sena UBT, which is openly condemning these comments.
Well, you see, we have seen, as I was discussing earlier, that the partners of the India alliance, they have not completely come out and slammed Udhayanidhi Stalin or the DMK stand on what they have said about Sanatan Dharma, but they have stated that these kind of comments should not have been made, while many of the leaders have openly come out and they have stated that India is a diverse country and these kind of statements should not have been made about Sanatan Dharma, while many leaders have stated do not subscribe to that ideology. So it seems that this particular statement by Udhayanidhi Stalin has also put the India alliance partners on the back foot. Now, if they come out openly and if they condemn the statement by Udhayanidhi Stalin, then we will see they might have a backseat, and also it could hurt the opposition unity. Now, if
Okay, there seems to be an audio trouble as far as Mohit is concerned, but of course, taking our viewers through the, politics which has happened, the BJP is continuing to target the Congress on the issue, saying that the silence of their top leaders basically is raising a question mark whether they are endorsing these statements or not. BJP, of course, calling as far as Mr. Stalin's son is concerned, Udhayanidhi Stalin, asking them directly to comment on these statements. Politics